Two warriors of the tennis court, two legends locked in an epic battle for supremacy. Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal. Their rivalry is one of the fiercest in tennis history, often described as a Cold War, intense, calculated, and at times frosty. From clay court epics to Grand Slam showdowns, a rivalry that pushed both men to their limits. But was it really a war of hatred? To understand this rivalry, we need to go back to its origins. In the late 2000s, Rafael Nadal was the king of clay, dominating Roland Garros like no one before him, while Novak Djokovic was the rising star, determined to challenge the established order. Their first meeting was in the quarterfinals of Roland Garros in 2006, where a young Djokovic was forced to retire, handing Nadal the win. Few could have predicted then that this match would mark the beginning of one of tennis's most storied rivalries. After this match, Djokovic had a press conference where he said three words that ignited their rivalry.
Even though he's the best and everybody thinks that he's unbeatable, I say he's not unbeatable, he's beatable.
At that time, no one took these words seriously. When Nadal heard what Djokovic said, he started laughing.
Djokovic told us he felt he had the match under control till his back problems. Do you agree with that?
¿Qué ha dicho? Oh, yes.
Reporters were making jokes with him.
Nadal was wondering if something was lost in translation. Your reaction?
Are you kidding me? Djokovic, do you need some smelling salts? Do you want to incite Rafa? I think the next time he plays you, he is going to drop the hammer on you. You will never forget saying that. You must have been watching a different match than I was.
But one boy dared to dream. He dreamed of becoming the best player in the world. By 2008, Djokovic signaled his intent, beating Nadal in the Indian Wells final on hard courts. What followed was a rivalry defined by contrasts. Nadal's relentless physicality and topspin-heavy game versus Djokovic's unmatched defense and precision. And as the stakes grew higher, so did the tension. 2011 is the year to be remembered. That year, Djokovic went on a tear, beating Nadal in 6 finals, including Wimbledon and the US Open.
And I knew that a lot of it comes from here, because I will start to win more Grand Slams. And that's what happened.
Djokovic stunned the tennis world by defeating Nadal in the finals of Madrid and Rome, 2 clay court tournaments where Nadal had seemed invincible. It marked the first time anyone had beaten Nadal in back-to-back clay court finals.
Winning against Rafa for the first time on clay courts, and it's perfect place to win in. It's his hometown. He had the support of the crowd, but I always believed from the first moment when I stepped into the court that I can win.
Nadal, usually unflappable, admitted to struggling mentally against Djokovic. In press conferences, his frustration was palpable, saying, "I have to find a way to beat him."
I know I have the challenge, the mental challenge for sure, because losing 6 times affects in the match, and you have to know that during one match like this, very hard mentally and physically. You do like this, and if you go out, you go up, you go down.
By 2015, Djokovic became one of only 2 players to defeat Nadal at Roland Garros. Fast forward to 2021. Djokovic, trailing by 2 sets in the semifinals, staged an epic comeback to win in 4, ending Nadal's streak of 4 consecutive French Open titles. Djokovic's intense celebrations, roaring to the crowd, contrasted sharply with Nadal's quiet disappointment. But was this really personal, or just the heat of competition? What made this rivalry feel like a Cold War wasn't just the matches, it was the little things, the mind games. Nadal, known for his meticulous routines, often took his time between points, occasionally drawing time violation warnings. Djokovic, on the other hand, was criticized for his lengthy ball bounces. And strategic medical timeouts.
Trying wrong, we can't hear. He's just basically telling him how he did it. This is the assessment.
Take the 2019 Australian Open final, where Djokovic dominated Nadal in straight sets. Nadal appeared visibly irritated, later hinting at frustration with Djokovic's pace of play. Headlines screamed, "Is there bad blood?" But here's the thing. Despite the tension, the gamesmanship, and the media hype, there's a deep respect at the heart of this rivalry. After their epic 2021 French Open match, Nadal called Djokovic the greatest ever, saying he deserved it. Djokovic, in turn, has praised Nadal's clay court dominance, saying, "Beating Rafa at Roland Garros is the highest mountain to climb." So, was this really a Cold War of hatred, or was it a battle of two alphas pushing each other to greatness?